Hi, I'm Katy Jean. That's Jesus. Hi, Jesus. What a nice guy. I am in St. Andrew's Cemetery in Eastern Passage. I was going to film more this way so you could see some gravestones. There is a very, very fresh grave. I've driven by here a million times and I've never actually gone in. And still very active because I can't film that way because there's still flowers. Hey friend, I hope you're in a better place. And there's also one that way. So I think I arrived shortly after a funeral. A future member of the Death Record Club. And for the death record of the day, I'm actually kind of related to this guy. This is the one I actually looked up. That doesn't always happen. A lot of the ways I find weird deaths is somebody beside mine, or, you know, somebody beside the one I'm looking for, somebody else, you know, or they're on the same blocky page, you know. But this one I actually seeked out. I can't remember if it was, like, you know, an uncle or a cousin. Anyway, I'm sort of related to this guy in a way I can't recall now. William Henry Carleton of Eastern Passage. He has a very suspicious death. So, of course, because I looked into this guy on purpose. Alright, he lived in Eastern Passage. Birthday's in June. He was only 57 when he died, which is young, obviously. Worked at a general store as a merchant. He was married. And it's funny because his wife's name was Hilda Hines. And my grandmother's name is Hilda Hines, but it's not this Hilda Hines. That's the second time that's happened to me in the last few months. I found a woman. Her grandmother's name is Hilda Hines, and we actually are related, but it's not the same Hilda Hines. I got a new hat. I think I like it. I don't know. Anywho, so obviously, how did this man die? Because a lot of the times when I'm looking up, especially for family tree purposes, is, you know, it has family names like father and mother and wife, and that's useful. Okay, maybe it's not a hat day. It's okay. It's alright. But, of course, you always kind of want to know how'd they die. And this one gets interesting very, very quickly. So, suffocation? Question mark. Hanging? Question mark. Why is there question marks? Why don't you know this? Why don't you know that? And then, and I still don't know YouTube. I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube. So, says that he sailed the side of the Suez with a question mark? With a question mark. Now I'll show you something. So just as an example, this is somebody from West Bay, Cape Breton, that also took their ship up the side of the Suez, and that's what it looks like. Just for an example, that's what that would usually look like. So, you know, and also from West Bay, pro tip, if you want to see a sampling of deaths, like one of each, go to Nova Scotia Historical Vital Statistics, put in location, put in West Bay, unclick births, deaths, hit search, and wow, for being like one road, that place was active and probably kept the medical examiner pretty busy. Uh-oh, there's somebody coming. This is what a murder looks like. That's an inquest. See, they investigated it. I have to be quick. Somebody's coming. Oh, this is the first time this has ever happened. Now, that isn't incredibly unusual for my family. My family has kind of a genetic condition, it seems, of force stopping their life out. So it's not entirely surprising. And his death being in December 1956, December's a hard time for a lot of people, you know, Christmas, not only financial, but emotional things. The sun stopped shining 3 months ago. December's not a good time, especially if you already have a pre-existing, you know, issue, illness, or whatever. Pressures, whatever. You know, there's a lot of reasons why people unsubscribe. It happens, and December can make that worse. But here's where it gets more weird. So he dies December 1956. But then I noticed all of this paperwork is done in 1957. And that's because he was found dead in 1957. They didn't find him for a year? Almost a year. Don't you think that's suspicious? That's a little suspicious. That's not even, that's suspicious because, okay, well, either you should have had an inquest. Am I going to have to foy pop this? I'm going to have to foy pop this. I thought about doing it before, but now that I put it on the internet, I guess that's motivation. But no inquest, no entirely sure way that he died, and they didn't find him for a year. Did someone hide his body? Was he validated for, you know, unsubscribing from life? You know, quitting his oxygen habit? This is weird. It's only 1957. Maybe someone remembers. If your family was in the passage in 1957, let me know if they know William Henry Carleton. Well, that's strange. This is very suspicious. This is super suspicious, if anything. Question marks? There shouldn't be question marks on a death record. Should be pretty certain what happened. No autopsy. Doesn't appear there's an autopsy. Just looked at the guy. Yeah, he's dead. Stopped breathing in some sort of fashion. Not worried about it. Anyway, that is today's death record of the day.